What's up guys, V here, and in today's video I want to show you this awesome build that I'm gonna be building. So if you watched my last video, you'll know that I painted that case and got it ready for this build specifically. And if you caught the teaser at the end of the video, it is gonna be a custom water loop. Now this video is sponsored by GFuel. This build is for GFuel as well. They just wanted another build, and this time as wild as we can possibly get it. So I won't go too much into depth with the specs. I will have links and all the specs down in the description if you're interested. But with all that being said, I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you do, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. I really appreciate it and it helps my channel out so much. And yeah, with all that being said, let's go ahead and get into it. Alright, so here's where we're at with the build, and just real quick want to explain why these two are up top. Originally I was going to put one up top and then one down low and then the fan in the middle, but if I did this one at the bottom, I'd have to cut the little bracket back here because the little pump doesn't fit. So I just decided to do it this way, and yeah, the next thing we're going to go ahead and throw the radiators in and all the fans. And there we go. Radiators and fans are installed. You might be wondering why I chose to go with a 240 mil down low, and that's because of the cans. This way it should work out just fine. The inlet and outlet are at the bottom, and I can easily route them up and around the cans and whatever else is in the way. Alright, so it is the next day here. I had to take a little bit of a break because I completely forgot to paint the vertical mount. So it's all painted now. And now we can go ahead and put our water block and backplate on the GPU itself. So we're gonna go ahead and do that and then get everything installed. And then we can finally get started with all the piping and everything else. And it's official. The water block is on. Our GPU is now water cooled without the water, you know. And that was a little more stressful than disassembling and then reassembling with the same parts. I've done that several times. Putting a water block, never done that on a GPU. So yeah, let's go ahead and get this thing installed in the PC. And there we go. Everything is installed besides all the piping and the liquid. I did have to make a few adjustments to get this as low as possible because it was covering up way too much of the other components and I wasn't really too happy with that. So I was able to lower it, maybe not even really an inch, but it definitely helped to show off some of the other parts, and I'm definitely happy with that now. Now I'm gonna go ahead and start with the piping and everything. I'm gonna take my time with this. I did buy a bunch of extra piping just in case, so I will have plenty to play around with. I have a few ideas on how to incorporate the GFuel cans in here. I'm not really too sure which idea I'm gonna go with, but as I go along, I will figure that out. So yeah, there it is. I'm gonna go ahead and get started with all the piping. Alright, so there we go. Got everything squared away. Everything is tight and good. Just for fun, I want to make a little prediction and say that I'm confident that I will not have any leaks. I did not test it. I'm just hoping everything works. That's the biggest thing. I don't think I'll have any leaks. If I do, I will. I promise you I will put it in the video just to eat my own words. Just for fun. Why not? I got some distilled water. I'm gonna fill it with distilled water right now because I want to flush the system first of all, and second of all, I want to do a 24-hour leak test with this water. But first, I gotta go ahead and plug in power supply and everything to get it ready for filling. So I put some paper towels down just in case there are some leaks. I'd rather be safe than sorry. I know I said I trust my work, but you never know. So I'm gonna go ahead and let the system just purge itself of all the air and everything. It's pretty much all filled up now. Haven't seen any initial leaks, really hoping it stays this way. I'm gonna leave it running pretty much for the next 24 hours, and then when we get the pink and yellow fluid, I will make sure to show you guys. Okay, I'm back. I spoke a little too soon. I did just find a very minor leak. I'm gonna go ahead and show you on my phone. So this connector right here, you can see this little water drip. It's very, very minor, and that's why I didn't notice it, but it is there, so I'm gonna go ahead and fix that. Yeah, otherwise everything else looks pretty dry. Like I said, I'm gonna keep an eye on it, and we'll go from there. So this has been running for just about 14 hours, maybe longer. I don't remember what time I finished, I'm not gonna lie. Besides that little leak that I showed you guys, nothing else leaked. So I'm gonna go ahead and swap the liquid because I do want to get to testing this PC and making sure everything's good before I ship this PC out to the customer. So I got a clamp here, and I attached the soft hoses to the fill ports. So my thought process on this, I can flip the whole PC over and let gravity do its thing, and then if need be, I can move the PC around and try to get any liquid in there. The goal is to get most of it out, maybe 90-95% out, and then I can, add the coolant and everything should be okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn this off, and I also got myself a big bucket. I know I don't need a big bucket, but it'll make it easier to catch all the fluid. So let's go ahead and do this. So yeah, the key is to just kind of move it around and get the liquid to sort of flow naturally. I wet my carpet even though I had this big bucket, but yeah, so I'm gonna move it around and just mess with it and get everything to kind of gravity drain. So hopefully this works. All right, so we're ready to refill. I got pretty much most of the water out, probably like 95% of the water out. So basically we're gonna have yellow in the GPU and all of its lines, and then hot pink in the CPU and all of its lines. And the reason I'm doing that, I feel like if I put the pink in the front and the yellow in the back, it's gonna be too much pink. I really think bringing out the yellow would kind of make it pop more. So let's try this. So I already unplugged this pump just so it doesn't run dry. So we're gonna do one at a time. So let's get started. Well, that definitely looks better than I expected. I'm not gonna lie. I was a little worried that two brightly colored fluids mixing together like that would just look weird. It looks actually really good. I like the yellow. Like I said, it brings that pop of color to the front, and it keeps it that pink and yellow theme really nice. And then there's less of the pink fluid visible, so it's not too overpowered. I think it looks great. Now, if you guys want to try this liquid out, I don't know if it's any good. I have no idea. This is my first time using it, but I could not find hot pink and bright yellow solid colors here in the States, so I had to order it from the UK. I ordered it on eBay. If I can, I'll put a link down in the description. Shipping was, it's shipping. It takes a little while to get here, but that's okay. I really just wanted to fill this thing up and get it ready for testing and everything else. So alright, so all the liquid is in the PC, and I'm gonna go ahead and actually turn the PC on because I do want to get Windows installed and everything. I know I'm taking a risk by turning it on right now, but it has been leak tested already for a good while, so might as well just, you know, get to it because I gotta get this build done and out. So I'm gonna go ahead and plug everything up, and let's see a first boot. All right, here we go. I see some lights, which is good. Okay, it did boot up. It is working. I got a monitor plugged in the back. Alright, so there it is. It does boot up. I'm gonna go ahead and install Windows and everything, and I'll see you in a second. Well, as you can see, I ended up setting it up where my other PC was, and I did a bunch of testing over the past couple days, and it went absolutely terribly. Unfortunately, I had lots of issues. If there was an issue that could go wrong, it went wrong, and of course it had to be the one that I water cooled. My first water cooling build, you know what I mean? So let me tell you real quick about the issues that I had. So both of the pumps ended up having some sort of issue. One stopped working, I ended up exchanging it, and then the other stopped working. I ended up opening it, and I found this little tiny something lodged inside. It wasn't plastic, I'm not really sure what it was, and it just wouldn't let it start up. But ever since I cleaned those out, it's been fine. I did change the RAM, as you can see, because originally with the Crucial RAM that I put in there, one of the RGBs would not change color. No matter what I did, I updated everything I could, it wouldn't work. So I changed it to just temporarily to see if maybe the motherboard was the issue. I changed it to my other RAM from my PC, and it worked fine. So I was like, okay, the motherboard seems fine. I did a bunch of testing until this RAM got here. So I got the Corsair Vengeance RGB Pro, I think it is, and everything so far has been working perfectly with them, except for the fact that one of the RAM sticks ended up, I guess it was defective because it kept crashing the PC after about an hour of gameplay or whatever I was doing. So I ended up having to exchange that, and yeah, that was a big headache. And then the backplate on this was making the coil whine go absolutely insane. It was so loud. I didn't get any footage of it. Honestly, this project has been about a week in the making, and it's finally done. Everything is at its best right now. It has no issues. Like I said, I've been testing it for the past couple days with this setup, with everything as is right now. So I managed to fix all the issues, and honestly, it was a fun experience because I got to learn a lot of things, but it was definitely a lot of stress. It was just nonstop. It was back and forth. But all that aside, I genuinely enjoyed the build because for the past week I was able to every day just kind of sit down and mess with it, and it taught me a lot of new things. Honestly, it just, you know, you have to struggle for you to learn. If you don't struggle, you don't really learn. You stay in that comfort zone and you're good. So this was a struggle, but it was definitely a fun struggle. It was something I enjoyed going through. Don't get me wrong, there were moments that I genuinely just thought I was gonna give up and just, you know what, like, it is what it is, take my losses. But I just pushed through, and I learned as I went, and it went well. I'm really happy I got to do this for GFuel. Thank you to them for, you know, allowing me to build this and to learn from it and everything. I did tell them that I don't really mess with this kind of stuff. I mean, I've dabbled here and there, but not with hardline tubing and not a full water cooled build, you know what I mean? I did let him know that that was the case, and I don't know. I mean, this is my first time. He said, well, you know what? I believe you can. I think you'll be fine. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead and try this. And of course, if you have issues or whatever, let me know, and, you know, we could take a step back. But basically, it's been super easy to work with them. Super grateful that they allowed me to work on this build. So right now it's plugged in. I'm still doing testing. I downloaded Apex because that's pretty much all I really ever play if I play games, and you know, it's been doing great. It's stable, it's good. I can't complain, and that's about it. I mean, I don't really have much more to say. I think the build definitely looks more unique than I thought it would, and it definitely has that wow factor. Honestly, I'm just impressed that I can't even speak. I'm just impressed that it came from my hands, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Thank you guys so very much for watching. Thank you very much. Now, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel out, and it helps the algorithm and all that stuff that I don't really truly understand. If you want to support it even more, there is a button called Super Thanks. It's basically like a tipping system. If you want to help out, that is very much appreciated. If you want to see more content like this, feel free to subscribe. And like I said, it's been super fun. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.